the Indianapolis Colts. Now, this is a team that I am very high on. They're my team. They're my agenda-based team this year. Last year it was the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Vikings didn't live up to the bill. The Eagles did. This year, though, I don't have too many teams on my agenda. It's just the Colts. There's not a team that I think – the Eagles, too, because I have them winning the NFC East as well. The Colts are my team this year, outside of my team, the Jets. The Colts are my team. 9-8 last season, collapsed at the end of the year because of Carson Wentz mostly. And it was just weird. They beat New England and Arizona back-to-back, then lose to Vegas and lose to Jacksonville. As that's what you have that's what happens when you have a Carson Wentz-led team. But this team isn't led by Carson Wentz anymore. It's led by Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, Hall of Fame quarterback, top 10 in passing yards, completions, attempts, touchdowns. Longevity. Now I'm just going to go first and give my spiel on the Colts because last year the teams they lost to were the Seahawks, Rams, Titans, Bucks, and the Jaguars, of course, and the Raiders. All these teams outside of the Jaguars are really good teams. Seahawks at the time had Russell Wilson. That was week 1. They were still good. Rams, Titans, Bucks, all at the top of their conference. And the Raiders made the playoffs and gave the Bengals a fight in their first playoff game. I just look at this Matt Ryan addition as something that's going to take them over the top. And I'm so excited to just see my prediction coming into fruition because it's going to happen. Matt Ryan is one of those guys, you look at the stats and you say pedestrian, but then you watch it and you see how much he goes through, the dysfunction around him, the ability to lead. The other day in OTAs, the offense did something wrong and Matt Ryan checked them on it. That's something Carson Wentz would have been too timid to do because he's not a leader. He's not a natural-born leader like Matt Ryan. You want to know what Yannick Ngakoue said about Matt Ryan?
Inform me.
He said Matt Ryan can lead us to the Super Bowl. That locker room in Matt Ryan's short stint in Indianapolis already has the guys with confidence that he can lead them to new and greater heights. And that's what excites me most about the Indianapolis Colts. It's a chance for Matt Ryan to get his redemption on everybody that's always been saying he's washed. It's a chance for the Colts to get back into the playoffs and win playoff games. And what did Michael Pittman say about Matt Ryan the other day when he was talking about his accuracy?
He can put it anywhere he wants.
He can put it anywhere he wants because Matt Ryan throws missiles, lasers. He doesn't miss. He's like the Kendrick Lamar of football, just doesn't miss. That's who Matt Ryan is.
That is
insanity.
The comparison can go.
On to some important stuff I want to talk about. You know, we've talked about the Colts before after they got Ryan, and you know, one of the bigger things, one of the bigger players that I think is going to have a better role and now is going to produce more with Ryan is Nyheim Hines. Oh, and when I mentioned him a couple episodes ago, you guys said that, well, you know, he didn't get the load. His load was diminished because of Jonathan Taylor's breakout, but that's actually not true because in 2020 he played 36% of snaps. In 2021, this past year, he played 32% of snaps. But in 2019, he played 32% of snaps and had 4 more receptions and 10 more yards than he did in 2021. Okay. I think even if Nyheim Hines plays around the same amount of snaps, he's going to have better numbers. He's going to have more receptions. He's going to have more yards.
Are you saying because Matt Ryan's going to check down more?
It's because Matt Ryan's going to take what the defense gives him.
He's an avid check downer.
It's not that he's an average check downer. It's that
it's not a bad thing.
Matt Ryan.
You got to use that whenever he brings it up about checking down.
For sure.
Matt Ryan takes
what the defense
I've said that all the time.
Michael Pittman is
clown for it.
Michael Pittman is a true wide receiver 1.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He's a true wide receiver 1. Is he elite of the elite?
This season,
no.
This season will prove
But there are a lot of great receivers in the NFL, and Michael Pittman is one of those guys, one of the best 50-50 jump ball guys in the entire NFL.
The 18th best receiver.
And look, Paris Campbell, that's the guy I'm really going to – it starts here. I'm starting the Paris Campbell agenda. Paris Campbell is going to have a breakout season next year.
What about Alec Pierce?
I like Alec Pierce. I think he's going to be
it seems like he's been getting a lot of the hype out of camp.
It's been Paris Campbell.
What's Paris Campbell? What's he putting up this year?
Let me just give my spiel first. I like Alec Pierce. I think Alec Pierce will give the Colts another guy alongside Paris Campbell to take the top off the defense. But I think Alec Pierce has a similar rookie season to maybe like a Van Jefferson his rookie year. I see like 600, 700 yards from Alec Pierce. A good, solid rookie season.
I thought you were saying like the 800 Van had this year.
Paris Campbell is going to have a breakout season this year. In OTA so far, one day of OTAs, he caught 3 straight touchdown passes from Matt Ryan. The MVPs, according to beat reporters from the Colts, the MVPs of OTAs so far have been Matt Ryan, Nyheim Hines, and Paris Campbell. All guys that I think are going to be huge additions this year and going to have good seasons. Paris Campbell is a very, very good receiver. The problem with him is that he fails to stay healthy. I know you're laughing, but let me finish. Paris Campbell's problem is not that he can't play receiver at the NFL level.
We don't know.
It's that
we legitimately do not know.
It's that he gets hurt. He's played 15 total games in his 3-year career. He's had an abdominal strain, hand fracture, foot fracture, all in the same year in 2019. In 2020, he had an MCL and PCL injury in week 2. In 2021, another foot injury. But in 2020, week 1, 6 receptions, 71 yards. Week 1, he was having a great game and then goes down. It's just unfortunate. I feel bad for Paris Campbell, but he's shown he can play. And then 2021, week 5, 4 receptions, 56 yards. Week 6, 1 reception, 51 yards, 1 touchdown, then got hurt. The unfortunate truth about Paris Campbell is that whenever he starts to garner and gain momentum, he gets hurt. And that's unfortunate. But it's not that he can't play. He can play. There was a reason why he was a higher rated prospect than Terry McLaurin coming out of Ohio State. He was the wide receiver number 1 coming out of Ohio State. He's just been hurt to this point. It's not his fault. It's unfortunate. But this year, listen, I pray to the gods up in the sky he stays healthy, because he's gonna show everybody that he can play with Matt Ryan slinging that dang. You talk about A-Dot all the time. Watch Matt Ryan's A-Dot numbers this year with Alec Pierce, Pittman, and Paris Campbell. I want you to keep that same energy that you was keeping for everybody else. And the disrespect to Matt Ryan is going to stop with you. Yep. I swear it's going to stop with you. And then defense. Gus Bradley, Stephon Gilmore, Yannick Ngakoue had the most Pro Bowlers last year. And you look at their schedule. It's ridiculously easy.
Okay.
Houston win. Jacksonville win. KC, I'll give them a loss. Tennessee, I think they win. That's 3-1 to start. Denver, I'll give Denver the win. That's 3-2. Then they face Jacksonville, Tennessee, Washington, New England, Las Vegas. I don't think that's a tough schedule. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Dallas, Minnesota, Chargers, New York, and Houston. I feel like a lot of these games are winnable. And to me, I have the Colts going 12-5 this year. I think they're going to go 12-5. I think Matt Ryan is going to have a tremendous bounce-back season. JT is going to be who JT is. And Paris Campbell, you better hope he doesn't stay healthy, because, Joe, you're going to regret laughing on the show about him not being able to play.
I mean, no disrespect to Paris Campbell, but to say we know he could play NFL football is 100% false.
I know
he's played 3 years. He's never had more than 160 yards, bro, in a season. 160 yards.
That's because he's been hurt.
He can't stay on the field.
That's what I'm saying. He's been hurt.
So you think he's going to play 17 games?
The reason why I know Paris Campbell can play is because every year since he's been in the NFL, in training camp, he's torched the Colts defense.
Like, I don't really give a fuck about training camp.
And mini camp.
Like, I was told Justin Jefferson was terrible. I was told Jamar Chase can't catch.
2020, he started week 1, 6 receptions, 71 yards, then gets hurt for the year.
I don't care about a 1-week sample. Like, I know, really but do not care at all.
6 receptions, 71 yards is a good game. Then you get hurt for the year, bro.
But bro,
how are you able to get momentum?
You can't give me a 1-week sample and be like, look, he could play. He could play. Like, no, it's a 1-week sample. A lot of guys were great 1 week.
Then before he got hurt,
Mike White was amazing for 1 week.
Then before he got hurt in 2021, 50 yards back to back, and on week 6, 51 yards, 1 reception, 1 touchdown, a deep bomb, and then gets hurt. That's what I'm saying. But like, whenever he gets momentum, he gets hurt. It's unfortunate, but he can play.
One thing I want to ask about
you're crazy, bro. You're crazy.
I don't want to drag the Paris Campbell take too much, because you know what? This is your projection, End of the day, we can at least come together and agree that Paris Campbell has not shown us that he is capable of maintaining a high level of wide receiver play. But if you're projecting that he's going to excel in his role this season, then hey, I'm not going to knock you.
Sorry, real quick, what's his stat line this year?
If he stays healthy?
Yep.
I think he goes for it. Just being reasonable.
And just keep in mind also that you laughed at Jerry Jeudy having 1250, so be careful with
just
the number.
Being reasonable about it, I think he's going to have like 700 to 900 yards if he stays healthy. If he stays healthy.
Okay. All right, man. Listen, a lot of the things you said, I definitely agree with. I think the Colts are definitely the team that, outside of the Broncos, that made additions that are going to put them in a significantly better position to be successful this season, particularly when it pertains to the quarterback position. Matt Ryan is still a high-level quarterback. High level, I don't want to get that misconstrued with I think that he's a fringe top 10. No, I think you put it very accurately, Joel. I say he's in that class of that 13 to 15 range, closer to 15 in my opinion. I think the list that I made, I had him 14. But regardless of that fact, 12-5 seems a little bit too strong for me. Do you have them beating Philadelphia?
Yeah.
You have them beating Dallas.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have them beating Philly, losing to Dallas.
I have them losing to Philadelphia and Dallas. So I'm going to go through my schedule really quick and then go through my analysis. I have them losing to Jacksonville week 2, actually, at Jacksonville. I have them losing at Denver. I have them losing to Kansas City, week 3. I have them losing at Tennessee. I have them losing to Philadelphia. I have them losing at Dallas. I have them losing to the Chargers, and that's it. I have them going 10-7. I feel like 10-7 is a fine record, given the fact that, yes, Matt Ryan is an upgrade from Carson Wentz.
Significantly.
I think he's an upgrade for sure, without a doubt. I'm not a complete slanderer of Carson Wentz's name. I think Carson Wentz is going to be fine statistically. I don't know if it's going to impact the wins column because Washington is still in a position where that team's a little ugly for me. But I look at this defense, and I agree with everything you say about it. Secondary-wise, it's fantastic. You have Gilmore. You have Moore. That is a dangerous duo. The front seven's strong. I look at this offense. The offensive line needs to be better than last season's. But, you claim...
It will be. Matt Pryor.
Which is what... was an issue of Carson Wentz, that he held the ball a little bit too long and allowed him to be put in situations where he was pressured. Matt Ryan is not one of those guys that he's afraid to check down. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to have an unbelievable season, receiving-wise as well as rushing. And then you mentioned Nyheim Hines. I think Nyheim Hines is going to have an extremely efficient season as well because Matt Ryan is so prone to checking down. And I'm not saying that as a negative by any means. Checking down is not a bad thing. If you don't have anything and you want to see your running back, these running backs nowadays in the modern NFL are more than capable of handling that load, and especially
it just affects your A-dot, which then gets used against you when Joe pulls
I know,
up
which is
quarterback
why
stats.
That was just a low blow. Let me not say a low blow, a quick jab.
Because he called him Noam Lamar. That's the only reason I brought it up.
And that was very rude, and I know you know that's rude, especially because you think that he's better than Kyler Murray. But my whole thing is, it's not a bad thing when you have Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines, two of the better receiving running backs in the league. Nyheim Hines, which is what he specializes at. My concern still is at the wide receiver position. If Alec Pierce can come in and be efficient in his rookie season, give you like 600, 700 yards, if Paris Campbell lives up to the hype that my friend Joel V. Moran is spewing to you guys, it's not out of the realm of possibility that the Colts definitely exceed even my expectations. Mm-hmm. But they really have to step up to that level. The wide receiver position is still a concern for me. But Pittman is going to be good enough that he is going to have an extremely successful season, especially with Matt Ryan throwing the football. Matt Ryan is amongst one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. I'm not going to go above and beyond and say that they're going to significantly watch these guys. I feel like 10-7 is fair.
The only thing that concerns me about the Colts is the receiver position. That being said, if Paris Campbell is healthy, I'm not concerned. If Paris Campbell is healthy, that is a really good group. Campbell and Pierce are both 4-4 guys with Pittman who can go up there with any corner in the league in a jump ball situation. It's going to be hard to guard the Colts Colts offense when you have to worry about Jonathan Taylor, then 2 guys on the outside that are 4-4 guys. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult.
Paris Campbell, 2019, played 7 games. He averaged 18 yards per game.
Yo, Pittman is a big boy, bro.
In 2021,
Jesus.
Paris Campbell pid 6 games. He averaged 27 yards per game. You said 700 to 900 yards?
2019 with Jacoby Brissett.
Okay. You said 700-900, right?
Yeah.
I'll take the under 800. You want to do that?
Well, are we going to have if he's healthy, right?
You write all these down, I'm assuming. No?
I don't write. You want to bet with you every single segment, bro.
Because you have some ridiculous takes.
I don't. It's just going to.
700, 900 's a lot for Paris Campbell.
That's why I went in the middle. I said under 800.
No, it's a lot for somebody if you think they're going to get hurt. I'm projecting him not to get hurt. Like, if you're telling me if he plays 8 games, is this deal off?
How many games does he have to play?
If he gets hurt, look, I'll say 15.
I mean, I don't think he's going to play 15.
But that's
games,
part
though.
of the that's part of the banking on Paris Campbell and
that's why I
jumping
said
on the hype train.
No, but I can't control somebody getting
But
hurt.
I'm saying you have to take that into account, especially when you're projecting someone who's been constantly injured.
Okay, so Saquon Barkley, fantasy. Are you going to draft him?
Listen, can't talk to this guy.
You're talking to the wrong guy because, listen, I'm going into year 3 now where Saquon, year 2.
But he's been hurt.
But you can't draft him.
If you're Christian McCaffrey, Saquon, they're good. If they get hurt, you can't control that. If I make a bet with him and then my guy gets hurt, why should that bet still be on? My projection is based off of him playing most of the season because Paris Campbell is a good receiver. He just has to stay healthy, which he hasn't to this point.
That's like me with banking on Josh Gordon. Just as long as he was on the field, if he comes back, regardless of however long the suspension was, if he's back on the field, he's going to be great.
Well, yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying that deal, if you're telling me if Paris Campbell plays at least 14, 15 games, I will take that.
Let me tell you, 11 games, Darren Waller was able to put up, Gronkowski played 12 games. He had 802. I feel like 10 games is fair.
10 games for 700, 900 yards?
10 games, 700 to 900.
That's big time. I don't think even D-Hop did that.
He didn't.
D-Hop had 8 touchdowns.
D-Hop averaged like 55 yards per game.
I'm talking about yards, though.
I understand, but Paris Campbell is
10 games for 900 yards is a lot.
With Matt Ryan.
No, that's ridiculous, though. That's like elite level production.
It's ridiculous to sit here and talk about Paris Campbell like he's a proven wide receiver.
I'm not looking.
You're right. 10 is low.
I'm not looking
10's
at.
low.
I'm not.
10's
You
low.
guys are getting this assumption for some reason that I think Paris Campbell's this elite star. I just think he's a very good receiver.
No, you said he's a proven NFL wide receiver.
No, I said he's proved that he can play.
And another thing also is that getting 900 yards in the NFL is
I think Paris
Paris
Campbell healthy is in a similar tier to Christian Kirk.
Okay, how about this? If he plays,
I'm low on Kirk, so fine.
He has to play 13 games for it to count.
13 games, 700 yards.
That's fair.
You said 700 to 900. Why isn't it? So why should I say 900?
I
went in the middle and did 800.
That's high.
You said 7 to 9. I went in the middle at 800.
Just give your spiel, man. Enough of this betting.
Do you not want to do it?
It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that with Paris Campbell, it's such a.
I'm giving you the out. If he plays less than 13 games, it's done.
Yeah, but I don't want to bank on an injury like that.
It's cool because if he's injured, it doesn't count.
You're just gonna look. I'd rather just see the look in your face when you see Paris Campbell take the top off the defense and have consistently good performances.
I'm sure he'll do it once or twice throughout the season.
Than me betting with you.
He's gonna do it like once, and he's gonna blow up the group. Oh my God! Did you see Paris Campbell?
I don't need to take your money for me to feel satisfaction about that.
I don't know. It has nothing to do about the money. Like I don't care about the money. It's just that I know he's not getting 800 yards.
If he stays healthy?
Yes, that's why 13 games, bro. 13 games is a pretty big sample size for me to be like, can he play? Can he not play?
Well, 13 games, 800 yards is very, very great production.
Bro, this man's played 15 games in his career.
I was just about to ask, has he played 13 games?
Exactly.
Like,
I'm just saying, if he this year,
I know you have the Colts agenda and everything, and I respect
it.
It's
not just the Colts agenda. It's just that this is a guy that I think can play, that I hope gets the opportunity to prove himself.
So he can double his career total in yards this season?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Listen, I like you.
That's 600 yards.
It's not a high part to climb. No disrespect.
It's 720.
720.
It's not no disrespect to Paris Campbell.
That though, but give your spiel on the Colts. So you didn't even talk about.
I know I haven't because
you're hating.
I'm too busy picking apart your fucking spiel going on with all
about
this
Paris
shit
Campbell.
about the Colts, about
sorry,
Paris
dude.
Campbell, Nyheim Hines, Alec Pierce.
Turn on the film, and you're going to see Paris Campbell fly.
Okay, the Colts, I've been pretty on record or consistent since they got Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is an upgrade over Carson Wentz. I don't think it's a massive upgrade. Honestly, if this Colts team, if you place them in the NFL in 2019, before Josh Allen broke out, before Justin Herbert was in the league, when Tom Brady was on the Patriots his last year, really, then I'd be like, you know what? The Colts, they can make a Super Bowl run. They can go it. But now you look at the rest of the AFC, and you have Justin Herbert. Now you have Josh Allen breaking out being the best quarterback in the league.
Russell Wilson in the AFC.
The same team virtually the Colts beat last year. They beat the Bills last year.
Good for them. In the
playoffs? They smoked them.
The playoffs?
They smoked them.
Okay, the Bills lost to the Jaguars, too. Like, it happens.
The Colts lost to the Jaguars, too.
And it's exactly. Like, it's the regular season. A lot of weird shit happens.
But you're acting like they don't have a chance. They have a chance.
I mean, it's a 1 week playoff.
Maybe it's not as big of a chance as you think.
It's not a best of 7 series.
You are just counting them out.
I am. I think they win the division.
I'm having them make the playoffs because they're going to win the division.
They win the division, and
but then it gets tough.
Okay.
It gets tough.
I can't wait until we're here at week 15, and then I know you're never going to do it, but I know that you are going to. You'll at least be able to say they can be a dark horse.
I don't have a big spiel because I think they're an average team in the AFC. I have them going 10-7. They'll win the division, but Matt Ryan,
average team is strong
in the AFC.
That's what it's a little strong still. I feel like they're a little slightly
above. They're the
above.
8th best team in the AFC. There's 16 teams in the AFC.
Who are the 7 better than them?
I have the 4 teams in the AFC West.
Agreed.
Bills, Ravens, Bengals. That's so the 8th best team. That's what I said.
The Raiders are.
Hey, I'm quick to.
The Raiders are all around.
In there.
The Raiders are all around better team than the Colts.
I'll take the Colts. I would take the Raiders.
All around.
I would take the Raiders.
Devontae Adams, yeah.
Offensively, yeah. Defensively, they're not close.
Raiders were a play away from advancing to that next
Raiders
round.
Made the playoffs.
But they're not. Their defense is not close to the Colts defense.
I mean, they just got better on the D line. Secondary wise, yes, they're not that good. They're not that great by any means. But even still, the pressure is going to be fine. Where it's going to alleviate some pressure on the secondary. Offense got better.
You're counting on Chandler Jones' health.
Is that wrong of me?
You're counting on Paris Campbell's health.
Correct.
Okay.
So
it's fair. Paris Campbell's.
So
come on, bro.
I'm not. Wait, hold on. Wait, whoa.
Oh my God.
If Paris Campbell doesn't play and gets hurt, I still think the Colts are a great team. I'm not counting on Paris Campbell to be the reason why the Colts are great. The Colts can be great regardless. It's just Paris Campbell gives them a guy who can be the second best receiver.
All right, Chandler Jones, games played since 2015. 15, 16, 16, 16,
Can
16, 5, 15.
3 years?
That's the last 7 years. He had one injured season.
No, I know.
15, 5,
as
16.
Of recently.
He got hurt one season.
15, 5, 16.
Yeah.
He's healthy.
He's healthy.
The 5
worries me.
He had one injured season.
The 5 worries me. And also, the Raiders' offensive line isn't good.
But even still, Derek Carr still made it work.
And
I was adamant on that.
Derek Carr and Matt Ryan are the same
give him the Raiders. They're the 7th best team in the AFC.
But I would take Derek Carr right now.
And that offense is better.
But I'm saying, and that offense is significantly better in totality.
Listen,
it's not significantly better. It might be slightly better.
Matt Ryan would be creaming his pants if he had Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller.
I just don't know how you say that when the Colts finished with a top 10 offense and defense.
You think the Colts
Jonathan Taylor is him.
It's their offense was a top 10 offense and it got better.
They're Super Bowl caliber? The Colts.
They're dark horses, yeah. They're dark horses.
12-5, you have to have them being a contender.
12-5, they're competing for the 1 seed.
Yeah, bro, they're dark horse. You were right.
12-5, you're competing for the 1 seed.
I already told you.
Doesn't make you a dark horse.
Yes, it does.
If you're a top 3 seed,
so 12-5.
I've told you guys
you're a contender.
My Super Bowl pick are the Bills.
Okay, but that doesn't mean everyone else is a dark horse. There's other contenders.
So you're in on the Bills already?
I'm all in on the Bills.
I mean, the Bills are my choice right now to come out of the AFC.
Really?
I'm all in. The 2 teams I'm all in on in the AFC are the Chargers and the Bills.
So when the Chargers don't win the division, you're going to be shocked?
I wouldn't be shocked. I just say that's something that the Chargers would do. It happens all the time.
Fair enough. I don't disagree with that.
But I wouldn't be shocked, but they should win it. Look at all they made the most moves of any team.
If they're going to be 12-5, they're going to be a top 3 seed at worst in the AFC, which means they're not a dark horse. They're going to have home field advantage for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs.
Are they a dark horse?
No.
No.
They're contenders.
They're contenders.
That means they're a borderline AFC Championship team.
Because in your eyes, then the Broncos would be a dark horse.
So last year in the NFL, the Broncos are, I guess, yeah.
In your eyes, that's a dark horse.
Yeah, even though I would never put them as that, but
you think the Colts are better chance than the Broncos?
Yes,
oh
I do. I do.
That just makes no sense. Respectfully,
I do. Keep sleeping on the Colts, man.
I'm not sleeping. Am I sleeping in your opinion?
I think you're taking a nap.
Whatever you think, man.
We both have them going 10-7. We have them winning the division. That's sleeping.
I think you're in deep sleep. You're in REM right now. You're
that's
napping.
a little bit more acceptable. You've been a little bit rude.
I have them 10-7 winning the division.
No, I mean in general.
Hey, you know the thing that irks me the most about your take on the Colts all the time is that it's rooted in Matt Ryan hate.
It's not rooted
That's
in
really
Matt
what
Ryan
it is.
Hate. They're a good team, but not special.
Bro, I know
there's 7 other teams that are special in the AFC.
I know it's rooted in Matt Ryan hate because last year, at the end of the year, you said the Colts are dark horse contenders.
I did.
And they got better.
And I realized, wow, I was fucking wrong.
And they got better at not only at other key positions, but at the most valuable position in football. And then at least Drew is admitting the Colts, they're going to be nice.
And the 7 teams over that I think are better than them in the AFC have 7 of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. The most important position.
I'll tell you what, when he listed the names of the teams that he thinks that are going to be better than them, I don't disagree with the majority. Well,
listen, we're going to find out because the Colts face the Broncos. The Colts are going to face a lot of these good teams.
The Broncos, who you have beating them this year.
I mean, it could go either way. Like, yeah, maybe I probably do have the Broncos beating them, but it could go either way. That's a game
they're going to be a great regular season team. They're going to win 10, maybe 11 games, but I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl.
Our offense is more complete than theirs. Yes. Defensively, you could argue that they have a little bit more.
Michael Pittman is better than every receiver on your team.